cheese dogs, and I flee off and trap Z4s with skis where the wheels supposed to be. End your evening with a real ferocious knee. Have you holding something frozen on your cheek? Swinging double 100-pound clubs from Persia like the cheese dog, and I love the chase the trap Z4s with skis where the wheels supposed to be. End your evening with a real ferocious knee. Have you holding something frozen on your cheek? Swinging double 100-pound. Boys been gone when you was rocking Sean John. I steered a caddy like I got one arm. Smoke drugs like I got 4 lungs. Knocked the horse out you rode in on. Hit him twice cause he had a chin on him. I caught the ball, then I hit the spin on him. I need the money on the table by this morning. You heard me? I need the money on the table by this morning. Motherfuckers, man. Motherfucker. Just have my money on the table by this morning, man. We will shoot the biggest steal, and you can guarantee motherfucking T. We don't need them J Balvin meals. I'm at the table where that ball spins around the wheel. All kinds of nozzles and gauges.
I never ask a chick for a number, I only give them mine. Fuck it, if they hit me, cause either way I'm fine. I parked the new 850 next to the old one and gently placed the 2-tone rollie next to the gold one. We got options over here, baby boys. Chop the gay and employ. We enjoy. I try to tell you that we different. I mean different. Achieving accurately everything you niggas didn't. At this point, been getting money longer than I have, and every fabric placed on my flesh could win a pageant. I'm talking beauty, I'm talking Gucci, I'm talking Louis. If you try to say I ain't fly, then son, you never knew me. Historically, been rocking resurrected oddities. Niggas owe us reparations, fuck apologies. Doing pull-ups, rocking my jewels, it's like a weight vest. Anchor swinging off an 8 chest. Lorenz.
Just have the money on the table by the morning. Hear me? Yeah. Just have the money on the table by the morning. You know that daddy's home. Yeah, I rose from out the grave like the altar beast. Fresh out the catacombs. I got the 99 off for all that mattered, bro. I had your bitch toss a salad.
Static selected.
Yeah. On and on. This is my motherfucking year, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody says no more. No more playing the sidelines. Hey, yo, Albania style, rock leathers in the sand. I'll shoot my cousin for nothing, dominant man. Go visit fam with no problems on some normal shit. Straight from Skuk, Macedonia, the floral lit. Licorice liquor, 1 Cuban touch of water. Watch it mix, turn white like the Dutch's daughter. I'm in the corner puffing ganja with the musky odor. Destination back in your throat, cover soda. This is Bam Bam Bigelow. Queens the Asbury Park Connect Figaro. My uniform, Carhartt sweats and Gore-Tex. Athletic horses on my chest and on my short sets. The Leslie Nielsen of the weed and the word. This is Action Bronsolini, 33 in the third, kid. Naked gun, the cereal is scratched off. Arm like rocket in his prime, blast off. Push your seat back, the Ricky Henderson of rap. Jets hat underneath a little blubber, lot of six pack. Summertime, I cop the musket with the kickback. Then sit back, stand up, eyes low, hit that. This happened continuously throughout the night. Now my eyes are like diamonds that's looking blue inside the light, like a prism. Shooting out hope, honoring optimism. Never stop until we coastal on the aqua mission. Reach my hand in the water and grab a tuna silhouette. You see reflection of light right off the mezzaluna. That's a half moon, wavy like my man's fade. The European caviar, color can't sway. Handmade, hand blades, carve up your features. I'm a creature. Section 39, I'm in the bleachers. Fiends get washed up like turtles on the beaches. It's mating season, make the verbal for your speakers.
We never stop, keep going. We never stop, keep going.
Well, I'm Action Bronson from Flushing, Queens, and I'm here with my man Static Selector, Queens to fucking Boston. And yeah, no more playing the sideline shit this year, man. I'm a straight motherfucking starter. 3-point champion, kid. Il prosciutto, legend, Phil Rizzuto. Marijuana like the pussy, I keep it crudo. That's raw, now I declare war. You in the women's league, I show you how a man score. Look at my beard and my body like a grizzly. I'm shoulder pressing 3 plates. Obama EBT, I'm a G. Supermarket sweepstakes, still drinking vintage out the bottle with a cheese plate. The Derek Harper with the low Caesar. Flow fever, more than likely digging in your hoe's beaver. Drug smoke to my neck just like a turkey. No dirty, make your brother do a curtsy. No mercy, Van Buren, Cop Hershey. Square Tyson, in the mountains eating rare bison. Clam chowder, you ain't fucking with this manpower. Straight from Queens where we know to make your plans sour.
We one. Never stop till the day we are we one. We never stop till the day we are on and on, pushing till we one. Never stop till the day we're there. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yo,
What up?
what up?
Same old shit, dude.
Yeah,
Is everything? Does it sound all right?
yeah. It sounds great. I gotta apologize for the sound on my end. I've got some construction going on in my house. We've been ripping up the floors for the last 4 days, and so tonight was like we had to get it done tonight because the guy's coming tomorrow to like help lay the floor. So my wife and I took the day off, and like we just we've been going at it. It sucks. I've got like blisters and scars, and I've been cutting myself like not on purpose. Yeah, it's rough.
Should
So,
you be doing that instead of this right now?
you know what? I've put in enough work over the week where like I bought myself a couple hours like flex, so everybody was cool with me like walking away for a couple hours. So when we're done, I'll go back over there and I'll see what's up.
All right, yeah, I don't want to keep you, bro.
Oh, no, not at
Okay.
all. No, not at all. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Just checking the YouTube live, hoping that's working. Oh yeah, it seems to be going. So there you go.
All righty.
And then I got the chat box open in case anybody
Can I
wants
see it?
that. And then the only thing I'm waiting on is is one of my co-hosts, Alan. He'll be here in a minute. So as soon as he gets done, we can get started.
Yeah.
Let me double check him real quick. Can you hear any of the construction?
Now I hear like a pickaxe. I kind of sound like a.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks because the flooring, it's not your, I don't know if you know anything about flooring, but like usually the vinyl planks have like some padding at the bottom.
Oh, that I did not.
Yeah, so it's nice and soft or whatever. It doesn't feel rough when you step on it. Well, the motherfuckers that owned this house before me used like actual wood and then they glued it to the concrete. So like you can't just like pick it off. We have
You
to
have to
like
like
get
break
under
it off,
there.
chip it off.
Yeah, yeah. And every time we go to pull up a plank, it gets tore up. So it gets all fucked up, dude. It's been a mish.
You have to like sand the rest of it down.
No, we've been like with chisels and hammers, and I got a jackhammer and that shit didn't work. I've been using saws and shit, and that didn't work. And it's just been a fucking nightmare, dude. And we got a whole room
Yeah.
that's like 3 times the size of the one that we're working on. So we're like,
Mhm.
fuck, next time we're just gonna hire somebody to come and do this shit. Cause yeah, my hands are all fucked up, my back hurts, whatever. It's old man problems. My bad, my bad.
No, what do you mean? I'm an old man. I get it, dude. I do the same. I mean, I do physical work these days, which I don't appreciate, but I understand. I got cuts and bruises, and like, I don't know, my hands are kind of fucked up now too.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, my brother-in-law talks shit to me all the time because I work in IT. So he's like, "Oh man, your hands are fucking soft." And I'm like,
Yeah.
came over today. I was like, he's like, "Oh yeah, you've roughed them up a little bit. It's nice."
I love that he's just like checking your hands, like like, hey, give me your
Yeah,
hands.
yeah. He's
No,
fucking.
there's a thing there's a movie I remember from when I was a kid, and I don't remember what the name of it was, but I think of it all the time, and it was about a white family moving out west and like encountering a Native American family, and
Okay.
the Native American boy grabbed the white kid's hand and said like, "You've never worked a day in your life," just by looking at his hands, and I
Oh,
was like, I'm
oh,
trying to figure out what movie it was. But I think about it all the time when I look at my busted ass hands. I'm like, wow, at least I have something to like show for it.
that fuck! It sounds so familiar,
I,
man.
yeah, he's like, you've never worked. And I was like, whoa, that's sick. I was like, he just told that 12-year-old just told that other 12-year-old.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
non-working man hands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotcha.
Now I think about that all the time. I don't know why.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's the same thing I think about every time he tells me my hands are too soft. I'm like, you know me like 15 years ago when I was working crazy fucking physical moving armoires and all that shit.
You've paid your dues.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Alan, you all good, bud?
Yeah, fellas. Sorry for the
Sweet, dude.
technical difficulty.
All
Oh
good,
shit.
man.
What
Yeah.
up?
What's up? What's up?
This is Alan.
Yes, sir. Victor?
Yeah, yeah. Yo, bud. What? I'm sorry. I don't know if I caught your name. Maybe we exchanged it like weeks
Oh,
ago, but like,
I'm Paul. Sorry. Yeah, we had yeah. I had to go back in there and find it myself. Yeah, it's in there. So
yo,
I'm
you guys
Paul.
are
That's
Paul
Alan.
Paul Allen,
Paul Allen.
like from American Psycho, dude.
I know, right? Put it
Right?
together, you get
Paul
something
Allen.
great.
Oh,
Yeah. Gotta
that's
take a look
sick.
at the I know.
You
Hey,
guys
I'll
can
be right back.
capitalize on that.
I gotta take some tapes back. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Where to your house, bro?
I know, right?
You guys should like make a new logo and it just says like Paul/Allen or something. And
Oh
it's like
man.
The problem is that the stock of the paper has to be legit, and we haven't landed on that yet.
gotta be the appropriate thickness.
With the right
Right?
lettering. Yeah.
Subtle off-white coloring.
Well, thanks for meeting with us, man.
Thanks for
We've been
having me,
talking
dude.
about you guys a lot lately. For anybody who's watching, I'm not paying attention to the YouTube thing, so I'm just gonna let that run. And if anybody wants to chat, the chat's open. Um, we've been following you guys for a minute. I think originally I saw a post or a trailer for Blood Gorge, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is right up my fucking alley. Like I need to see this. And then on Instagram, we started following you guys and just kind of paying attention. And then somehow you and I started talking and we ended up with a screener. And like immediately I started texting you. I was like, this is great. All the effects are dope, blah, blah, blah. And then like, let's get you on the show. And here we are now. So I appreciate you showing up.
No, thanks for like seriously, thanks for checking it out. And even stumbling upon the trailer because I was gonna say we worked really hard on it, but I didn't really work very hard on it. But Vince, my brother who edited it, he worked really hard on it. And I think it came out pretty sick. So
I will
thanks for seeing
say,
it.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody who listens to our show will know that I'm a huge proponent of the editor because
Oh yeah.
in doing my own editing stuff, like I realize how much work goes into that shit. So even to make like a 30-minute commercial, like it takes hours, if not days, to put
It's
together a 30-second clip. So
weeks. Oh, 30 seconds. Oh,
yeah,
then we're yeah.
yeah. Yeah, like it's just, I mean, that's kind of an extreme example of the fact or the point that I'm trying to make, which is
No,
editing is
totally valid. Even a little minuscule amount of time takes lots amount of time.
oh,
Like totally,
100%.
yeah.
So mad respect to the editor for sure.
Yeah.
He was also your DP, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Vince is my brother, and we've been talking about like doing a movie for a while, and I've probably been talking to we've been mulling it around I think for years, maybe like 4 or 5 years, because like he's been filming music videos and stuff over the past forever years, and then we were going to do something serious like a drama movie that I've been writing that was like really depressing, and I was trying to save up a shit ton of money to do it, and I was like, this is too much money. And he was just like, I don't know if we should do this, like tackle this idea. And so when Blood Gorge, I've had Blood Gorge in my head forever just because it's like, it's literally a slasher movie. It's nothing, it's not like complicated, but it was in my head forever. And I was like, this would be the perfect thing. And he was like, all right, fine. So he flew up to do it. And yeah, he filmed it and edited it. He did a
Nice.
bang up job.
Yeah, you guys did great.
Yeah, thanks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
So, tell us a little bit about the cast because you've got some fun characters in there. And the vibe between all you guys is real friendly and open. So I would imagine you guys are probably somewhat friends in real life. So tell us more. Oh, did we lose you? Hello?
I lost. There you go. And
There
then
you
all I heard you just say, "Tell us about," and then you cut out for like 20
go.
seconds.
No, I was
Live
just
TV
wondering
at
if
its finest.
I know, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know if Alan heard it, but I didn't hear shit.
all good, dude. No, I
All
was
right,
just
dude.
if you could tell us a little bit about the cast because it's you guys all vibed really well in the movie. So I'm wondering, you guys friends in real life, like how did you know?
Yeah. No, everyone. Yeah. See, none of us are actors, right? So, I mentioned this to my friend Jeremy a couple weeks ago. I was on his podcast, on his show, and same, I guess, same story for you guys. It was just they're like my best friends, really. Like, so it's my brother, filmed it. My best friend Kate was in it. My fiance Laura is in it, and CJ, Ali, and Maddie are like some of my best friends, and Justin are they're all just like my best friends. So it just worked out really well. And so I flew some people in from Florida and Georgia where they are. But most of us are local here, just in the Detroit area. And yeah, they've just been, some of them have been my friends for like 3 or 4 years, and some of them for like 10, 15 years. And then my
Nice.
brother. For
Yeah, I got that.
For the last 2 years, right?
the last 2 years. Hey man, that's some people's story. Some people have
Right.
only been brother and or sister for a couple of years. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but I'm sure it's probably someone's story.
It's another movie for another day.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So, I usually cheat before I come into these interviews and like I'll pull up the IMDb page and just kind of have everybody's names in front of me. So, I don't seem like, I'm totally unprepared. I
But
didn't
we
see,
don't have.
yeah, I didn't see an entry for you guys. What's up with that?
I don't know. I really don't know how to make one. I logged in to try to make one for our first movie that we did, which is
Cruel.
like I found, yeah, Cruel. Um, I might I'll bring the VHS tape I made of it in a minute. But it's a found footage movie, and I think the company that's putting it out is doing an IMDb for it.
Okay.
So I think they're supposed to. I think I read that somewhere, so I just stopped just fucking with it. Once I read that, I was like, oh, okay, I don't got to do this. But I
Nice.
remember coming into, yeah, I mean, we'll see. But I remember coming into like a snag with IMDb where I was like, I don't know how to do this or get this info. And so I stopped. And then I guess I should probably get back on that for Blood Gorge because I would like it to have one, and it doesn't really have the same type of distribution that Cruel might have or that does have.
Hmm.
So I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I make that IMDb, it's just gonna have like 8 names on it. So I mean, it's gonna be very small.
That's all you need.
I know.
So I need a
At least
poster and a
it'll
couple
still be
names.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
You could be like,
and then
that's
maybe y'all could leave an entry about it, like
and rating 100%.
appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah, man.
Yo, do you guys remember when IMDb used to have like message boards and now they don't do that anymore? It was like under each movie you could be like ask a question or whatever about something and then people could comment on it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
They
That
took that
got
feature out,
brutal,
like,
didn't it?
yeah, because they well it did, and I think that's why they took it down. But I think that's such bullshit because like what weird censorship, and this was like 10 years ago. I feel like it must have been a handful of years ago. But yeah, I guess people were just like they couldn't be civil while talking about movies. And I totally understand because sometimes I'll read people's shit and I'm like, you're so fucking wrong. And I just want to say something, but I can't.
Yeah,
But
man.
anyways,
We'll petition for IMDb to bring it back.
yeah, seriously. That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah.
We'll start with yours, right? We'll get one made for
Yeah.
Blood Gorge, and then hey, put
That would
the
be cool.
message
And then
board
it's like the first one with the message board like thing back on it.
yeah.
And then you can like opt in. Is it like a future service or something? We might be on this.
That would be so cool. Like, yeah, you can like enable comments or like enable
Yeah.
chat or whatever on your movie.
Yeah.
Got to be a feature on Letterboxd or something somewhere. I don't know how to
I
use
have
any
to
of them.
I have to ask RFN pictures. Is that like
Yeah.
right fucking now?
That's a good one.
That's kind of close, I guess. It's real fucking nightmare.
Yes. I like
Hey,
it.
So yeah,
I like it.
yeah, that was pretty close, dude.
I like
either
it.
way, no matter how they ended up, the F is always going to stand for fuck or fucking.
Yeah, I think so. So that's why I guess it was like pretty close. But yeah,
All right. So Laura is your fiance, right?
mhm.
Real life. She's the one who dies in the opening scene.
Yeah,
Fucking brutal, man.
yeah, right.
That was so awesome. And I
Yeah,
think it was right after that, like after the title card, right, where she gets I don't know if you're cool with spoilers or whatever.
nah, whatever. I mean, maybe not the whole, not that there's a twist, but like maybe not the ending, but like anything else, I don't care if we talk
Sure.
about how people die or whatever, because I mean,
Okay.
it's like literally just a stupid movie, whatever.
Dude,
It's not
you're
like
kind of short, bro. It was fucking
it
awesome.
is short. You're right.
I mean,
what you did there. I see what you did there.
that scene right before the first kill, though, where you're filming the iPhone conversation over the shoulder, that was clean. Like that was like my first catch in the movie where I was like, okay, let me get comfortable here
Yeah.
Dude,
and get
cool.
uncomfortable.
No, I think I appreciate you saying that because like I thought so too. I was like, I didn't know how that shot in particular was gonna go. Vince and I were trying to figure out how we can get the phone to kind of like, like how is it gonna look real? Are we gonna have to edit in? But like the phone was actually like Maddie was sitting in my kitchen and Laura was sitting outside, and so they were just talking from 5 feet away. And it really had like that disconnect, and it looked like like we're talking right now, and like there's kind of a lag, a little bit.
Sure.
There was like a lag and pauses, and it just looked natural, and it just we were trying to get shots from far away because I wanted like wide shots, but then we were like, let's pull it closer and put it over the shoulder, and it just worked out. It was just like a last minute thing where we kind of just like did a bunch of shit on the fly, but that one was a pretty cool one just because it's simple, but I thought it looked pretty good, so thank you for acknowledging it.
Absolutely.
How did she feel about, dying the way that she died?
I mean, with that one, it was like she was like, we'd planned for the movie to be an hour long, so she didn't really want to have too many lines. So I was like, we'll kill you first. And she was like, all right, cool. And then, it was just like, that was the idea.
Get you in and out.
Yeah. She's in Cruel for like the whole end of the movie, the whole half of the movie.
I haven't seen it. Yeah. I
know. I haven't really showed it because like, I haven't sent it to too many people because, Terror Films is putting it out. And so I don't really have it's not that I don't have the liberty. It's just like, I don't want to like just be blowing it up, yeah, cross the line, whatever. So I'm just waiting because I don't even have a release date for it yet. They haven't told me anything about it.
That's cool.
Um, yeah, I mean it's cool, but I kind of just would like to hear about it. It's been a little while, but
Yeah.
I'm sure anytime soon. We finalized the poster. My friend CJ, who's in Cruel and Blood Gorge, made the posters, and they were like, well, I don't know, and they like touched it up a little, or they changed it a little bit. I don't want to say touched it up because CJ's work is already great, but they fucked with it just a little bit and then like left the integrity of his artwork, which I loved. And so now there's a final poster and there's all this other shit. So I'm just waiting for like a release date. But or I'll email them and see if I can just send it to like it's not like a secret or anything. I just
Hmm.
want to. I'm like in that last stage of like finding out about this movie, so I'm just
Yeah.
waiting.
You're doing it the right way.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe who knows? I don't know what the right way is, bro, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I
I don't
mean,
think any. You know.
it's getting attention, right? It's out there. You're putting it out wherever you can, and people are picking up on it, right? You did a podcast last
Yeah.
week, got another one this week. Like the name is starting to get out there. So unfortunately, with indie filmmakers, you have to do a lot of self-marketing, self-publicity, and socials are the way to do it.
Yeah, dude. Here's my publicity, dude. No, but thank you for having me on it. That sounded like an asshole thing to say. I just mean like I don't mind. I like talking to people about our movies. It's very nice that you guys like even like wanted to talk about it or whatever. I don't think you know, I don't know. It's not that it's getting around, but I appreciate people even share like when I see someone tagged the thing in it, I'm like, "Oh my God, really?" So it's getting around in that sense. A couple people are sharing stuff, there's like a few real diehard supporters, which is really crazy. So I think when anyone gives you any of their time of day, it should be appreciated and there should be a gratitude.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you all for talking about it and sharing it and
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm,
Oh, of
I'm
course.
yeah. Well, I'm stoked to put it out because it's not out yet, but soon, because we just been like fucking around for like November, December, January, February. So 4 months we've been a thing. We finished Blood Gorge, I think, like editing like 3 months ago. So we just wanted to get it out there and start posting stuff about Cruel because I wasn't telling it. I just filmed it this past summer, and just had no idea what I was doing with anything. I've never made a movie before. I have a hard time calling it a movie, honestly. Cruel. It's not that it's not. It's just like it's just not a movie. You know what I mean? It's like it's about an hour long, and I made it on a pretty janky camera, and I don't know how to edit a film, and it's just my friends talking in front of a camera until like shit pops off, I guess. It's
Yeah.
just a found footage movie. But
Alan and
maybe,
I was gonna
yeah,
say, Alan and I were talking about this morning in that, you know, or actually maybe it was me and my wife. Either way, I was talking about it this morning where like you can wait around to try to like build a skill set or figure stuff out or wait for all the stars to align and then probably get nowhere. Or you could just start doing it. So even if it's a janky camera and you're learning how to edit on the fly, like
yeah,
you do Cruel and then you do blood gore, you know what I mean? Like it's a
yeah,
natural progression of skill set and you get better at it over time. I wanted to talk about your brother because the the look of the film is very cinematic in
yeah.
most of the movie, and so I'm curious to know, like, well, I think you alluded to it earlier with him shooting music videos, but like you don't get those types of looks with somebody who's doing it for the very first time. So,
Yeah.
it stood out to me in the sense that I'm sure he does something along the lines of, video, cinematography or some other.
Yeah. He's like a jack of all trades, and he's like a music producer in Florida, and he runs his own studio, and then he's a photographer, and he's been doing music videos. I was shooting music videos too and stuff for bands and rappers and my bands and whatever else, and it's been fun, and he's been better at it. I think his shit just became more and more progressively more cinematic. And then I think with a story behind it, and I think with proper locations, it all kind of just made everything feel a little bit more cinematic, I guess.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like it.
he's crushing it. He's been doing it for years, so it's just been getting better. And so I appreciate his hard work.
So I want to point out a couple things that I kind of, I don't know, I think I have OCD because there's the stupidest little things I pick up on. Like for instance, in the end credits, everybody is shown alphabetical by last name, except for you. You're just kind of thrown right in the middle, which was weird to me. But I also noticed that you said earlier Laura didn't want to have a lot of lines. She just, wanted to be in and out. Um,
Mhm.
Kate had no lines in the movie. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, she was the same way. And so I was like trying to figure it out. Well, to answer the first question, which was what again? I've already
Oh, it
forgotten.
wasn't even a question. I was just pointing out the
Oh,
fact
the alphabetical
I,
order thing.
I pay attention to stupid shit.
No. Because I think it was supposed to be alpha. I think I gave it to Vince alphabetically, and then I think he just kind of took some liberties with it. If I'm not mistaken, I really don't know. Um, or maybe I said something about like not wanting to be like first or last in the thing, like written and directed by, like some like big thing. So maybe we just crammed it in there. I really don't remember what the talk was, but I think I initially gave him the list in alphabetical order. So I guess through all of our edits, things got shifted around or whatever. But it should have been alphabetical order. It wound up looking fine. So I was like, I don't even care. Like it's not like anyone else is gonna. It's not like anyone's gonna notice. And then here you are, fucking
Paul.
There's always one, dude. There's
right.
always one. My bad. My bad, dude. Next time I'll just keep it to myself.
I don't mind, bro. It's just you're kind of like mathematically blowing my mind, honestly.
Okay, so tell me about Kate not having lines. She just didn't want to have lines. Like that's it.
Yes. Yeah, that was it. And we were just gonna, because she's like not an actor, and we're none of us are actors. We're none of us actors, right? But she just was like, I was like, we can't kill everyone from the start, though. You got to be in the movie, It's like we can't just fucking waste everybody right away. So we needed more people to stay a little bit. And I was just like, I just won't give you any lines. It'll be hilarious. And then I was gonna make a bunch of jokes about how she doesn't talk in the movie, and then it just kind of got convoluted. And I was like, this isn't just it's not gonna hit the way I wanted to land or whatever. And because I'm not very funny, but I just think it was like it had to have been written a particular way. Otherwise, it's not going to hit. It's not going to be funny. So I took out all the jokes about it and we just made her silent. And I figured people would catch on to that, and just be like, that's kind of funny that she doesn't say a fucking word until she dies. And then it's just horrific screaming. That's like the only thing you hear from this person.
Right. Yeah. There was that scene where she's getting choked and punched in the mouth, and it sounded
Yeah.
like she was saying like wait or
It
something.
sounded
But
like a word.
I was
Right.
like, I'm gonna just kind of qualify it as she had no lines in the movie. I like it better
Yeah.
that.
I almost wanted to tell Vince, like, hey, mute these words that she's saying when she's getting beaten,
Ah. Yeah.
but I couldn't, I was just like, fuck it.
Yeah. No, either way. Okay, so now I'm a little bit more interested because now you're saying she didn't want to be in it. She didn't want to have any lines. But then you have this scene where it's just her walking through the campgrounds by
Mm,
herself, smoking a cigarette. Like there's a segment of the movie that's just fixated on her, which I thought
right.
what I'm thinking now is weird considering she didn't even want to be in it in the first place, you know?
Yeah. It's funny because like we just needed to fill some time really, and we wanted to I wanted a cool montage of the woods, blah blah blah, and it was just like we had to just choose what characters we had left really at that point.
Yeah.
And I just thought it made the most sense because like where everyone was within the scheme of the movie, it was kind of like, yeah, we'll just take Kate and like just make her wander off on her own. And then I dubbed in my voice saying, "Hey, we're over here," and or Vince dubbed in my voice, and it was just so silly. We recorded it on an iPhone, and I texted it over to him. He was like, "Hey, Kate, we're over here," and it felt like I was there with her. In fact, that shot, that whole thing, and thank you for bringing it up because I think it's really funny that part was filmed in a different woods than where we filmed. In fact, it was filmed in a different state because Vince and Kate are both still in South Florida,
The
and we're in
power of
Michigan.
editing.
I know, right? And so we filmed all the movie in like outside of Detroit and within Detroit, and then we needed those pickup shots, so they got together in South Florida at a different location in a different state to film that like 2.5 minute montage and scene of her, like, sort of foreshadowing her death, I guess, by lighting the
I can now make sense of the filter color because I was like trying to pick up on the color filters, like her pack of cigarettes and stuff. That fits in now.
stop noticing things.
This is what we do. You know what I mean? We pay attention to shit.
No, this is in depth, bro. This is like really really focused, really honed in.
So I'll tell you this. Without knowing that the fact that she didn't want to be in it, and that's why she didn't have any lines, she didn't want to speak. I took the silence in a different direction because of that scene with her walking in the woods and chilling by herself. I took it as like she's like the more calm, reserved one of the group, even though the first time we see her, she's throwing beer bottles at the side of the building, right?
Yeah.
But the house party, she's quiet, she's chill, she doesn't say anything, and it just kind of goes into that. And then there's a certain point, I think it was in that scene where she's smoking. I was like, I wonder if she's gonna be like the last one to die. I wonder if she's gonna be the final girl, And then
Yeah.
kind of how it ends up, if we take your character out of the equation. But yeah, I don't know. That's the way I interpreted her role in the movie.
And it's I sort of wanted to allude to that too, though. I wanted to like focus on a person to say like, oh, there's going to be like this is the person, even though it's not like built up in the beginning. It's kind of like we did the Drew Barrymore thing where we kill Laura right away.
Right.
And then it's like who's going to be the final person or the main person, because we didn't have like a main character. And then we put a little focus on a person, and I feel like, yeah, you're supposed to wonder like what's the little thing she's lighting on fire, or like is she going to be the last person? And then it's just like there's no mystery. It's just like haha. It's like just a backhand. Just
Yeah.
it's not that it was impactful, it's just that it was like that was sort of the intention. It was just supposed to be mysterious, and then it was also supposed to fill in some time. So
See, I missed that whole connection with the fire. So maybe somebody else out there is as OCD as I am, and they probably picked up on that. So
she pulls out a little note and reads it and lights it on fire.
No. I remember that part. It said the note, you're a shit bag or something like that. And
Yeah, something like that.
and then she ends up, the way she dies. Okay, so since we're on the topic, let's talk about influence, because I get Scream, I get Night of the Living Dead, I get Return of the Living Dead, and I get a little bit of House of a Thousand Corpses.
Dude, that's funny you say that, because like those aren't really like what I had in mind. I don't think really any of them. Say it again. House of a Thousand Corpses.
Scream,
Scream,
Return,
yeah.
Night of the Living Dead, The Return
Right.
of the Living Dead, and then
No,
Thousand Corpses.
Return actually is the main influence out of all of those, because it was just going to be like a bunch of like, I wanted us to be a little bit more punk rock than we actually were in the movie, but it was just a bunch of punk kids. We're all fucking old people. Like it was just supposed to be like, and somebody, I think even,
You made it work.
yeah, right. I mean, like I'm gonna be like, all right, so like I'm a grown ass man. My brother's a grown ass man. CJ's a grown ass man. We're like, I'm gonna be 36 this year, so it's kind of like we're not children, dude. You know what I mean? But like somebody said in a couple of reviews, it was like, oh, these Gen Z ass kids or whatever, and I was like, dude, what? Like a couple of them are like 27, but like I think Ali might be kind of younger. Like I think he's like 25, maybe, but like whatever. I don't even know what I was getting at. It's just it's funny how time works. This non-existent thing that we consider time.
Oh yes.
So going back to that discussion around the Return of the Living Dead, the visual effects were sick. You like the practical effects were absolutely on point. Like that was another drawing factor here. You guys really knocked it out.
Yeah.
And that was that Kate?
Yeah, she did all these special effects. I assisted on a few, but she really did them all. And Like I just had in my head, it was kind of like, okay, this is how we'll do this. And then she's the one that fabricated everything and did it in like 10 minutes. So in my head, it was like, here, we can just do this. And she's the person with the knowledge. And I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite like hardcore bands of all time is a band called Poison the Well. And the reason I bring this up is because one of their guitarists said that he didn't know anything about music theory. And their original guitarist does. And so what happened was he would bring in these wonky riffs because he doesn't know anything about music theory, but the other guy would like balance it out, Ryan Premack, and be like, no, it should probably go more like this, and they'd collaborate on it, right? And so I don't know what I'm doing with special effects, but I had these ideas in my head on how we could do this XYZ, and then I was like, here, what if we try, like what if I cut this little spike I got at, fucking Home Depot, and I put like a metal, hanger on it and stick it in Laura's hair and make it look like a spike in her head. And so I'd fabricate a few things, but Kate's really the person that like she went to school for this shit. So first of all, she like went to the Savini school. She really crushed it.
Nice.
Yeah. And she just really pulled it out in like no time at all was the thing. It was like she had a few effects and props that she brought with her that she made at the Savini school, like Maddie's death when her face is like bludgeoned.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was great, dude. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
That's such a good effect, right? It's just a mask, it's not just a mask. It's an application that just went over Maddie's face, but it fit her face so well. It wasn't molded to her face. It was molded to her friend in school space years ago. And so it just worked out. We brought it in and she affixed it to her face in the woods in like 15 minutes and made most of like the guts and the splatter out of latex and bananas. And yeah, it just looked so sick. And I think it's like a combination of her hard work and Vince's like, filmography or like cinematography. And it just made it look pretty. I'm not gonna say it was like realistic, but it was like brutal. I mean, it looked upsetting, I think, a couple of them.
Oh, 100%. Especially
Absolutely.
Laura's in the beginning. You know what it is? To me, the selling point is the eyes, the contact lenses.
Yo, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's
100%.
something I will take credit for.
Yeah. So Laura for sure in the beginning, and then CJ in the man, I can't believe you guys took out CJ the way that you did, dude. Did him dirty,
Yeah,
big ass dildo, dude. It's so
right.
funny. But then even with Kate, her eyes being just that fucking bloodshot red at the end when she's all, burnt up.
That was her idea. I was like, what if we do the contacts on you? And she's like, ooh, I got these like red sclera, like burn contacts. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't even need to see them. Just bring them with you. Because that sounds awesome. And it worked. It was like so gross and so weird. And she did all that makeup on her face. Like she spent like an hour in the bathroom just putting on a bald cap and just like bananas and goop. And when she came out of the bathroom, dude, we were all just like, go away from me. And it was so scary. And she was like, this looks stupid. She was like so mad about it. And I was just like, I wanted to cry because it looked so good, dude. It looked so scary.
Yeah.
And she came through so hard on every effect, but especially her own effect, because she just sat there painting her fucking head with a little sponge, and it was crazy. I don't know.
I wrote in the notes for the dildo kill. How many times did you put him through that? Like I would have been like, get back over here. We didn't get a good one.
The kildo.
No,
Um,
what I thought before you answer that question, what I thought
Yeah.
in that scene was like, I wonder how many dildos they had. Did they have like different shapes, sizes, colors? Like, was it a whole like, okay, there's like 32 of them on the table. Let's see what fits. Let's see what we're like.
what fits the thing we pulled out did not fit. It was 12 inches, bro. It didn't fit. It doesn't fit anything. It's not supposed to fit. But we cut it, of course. And we only have
to
one.
take that challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12-inch double-sided. Really? We had the one, but the video store had plenty more. They just weren't ours, So Kate brought that one up from Florida with her. She's like, oh, I have this one lying around that she got at like a job she used to work at in Florida, just like a retail job. It was just like, given to her or whatever. And so she's just had it in a box for years. I'm not trying to blow up her spot or whatever, but it was unused. And she's like, oh my God, this will be perfect for that scene. And so she brought it up. And again, we filmed at the video store, which is a real working video store, which has like a huge porno section. It's huge. Like their adult section is bigger than most of the entire video stores I used to like go to when I was a kid. They're like, it's huge. Like video exclusive is like, it's got to be like a half an acre size store. It's huge. And a third of it is adult videos. And there's just a bunch of wieners in the back.
I
Nice.
actually thought it was originally just a big porn store, and then you put like actual couple videos in the background just to throw
Right?
it off.
That's kind
but
of how
then
it
I,
works.
but then I saw the outside shot, and I was like, no, that's legit.
I went the other way.
Maybe-
I thought maybe it was an actual like video store and they just like staged their own porn videos for the sake of the shot because
Right.
A, how many video stores still exist? And B, if they do, like how many of them still have open
An
air
adult section.
pornographic sections? Yeah, usually it's like the back room behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how
And
I
it's a
know.
curtain. It's literally a red curtain, and the scene's in the it's like, you know, when they find CJ's body, it's like
There you go.
but yeah, it's sorry, that scene is so funny to me. But I don't even know what I was gonna say. It's both, gentlemen. It's a video store with an adult side, and so you can have all of it. They have the biggest selection I've ever seen of it. It's ridiculous. And CJ does like all their ordering and stuff too, and he knows a lot about like
So
him and I have seen,
he legit works there?
oh yeah, he like runs the joint. Like him and Tina both work there. Like they're like the managers of that bitch. And so, and that's the thing. We're not acting, dude. We're literally all of ourselves. When Kate didn't want to talk, it was because like she's the wildest of the bunch, but she also doesn't want to. She's like really chill. Like she's like a quiet person. Like I'm a pretty quiet person. Like Ali is pretty like outgoing, and Maddie's pretty outgoing, and like and we all just played ourselves. And then CJ especially because he worked at the fucking store, but like we used our house and our car. We literally everybody that drives a car in the movie is literally driving Laura's car. Like we just used the same car
Yeah.
for like 5 different people.
Yeah. I don't know how many different directors like, you know, have said just shoot what you know, use what you got. You know, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier. You just got to start. You just got to start somewhere, man. So it makes it
Yeah,
easy for you guys because of the familiarity of the relationship with everybody and you know all of the items and the locations and you just it flows easy.
mhm. No, it really does. And like I've known Justin for like over a decade now too, and he was just like really I really wanted him to be in the movie. We were just like talking for a little while about like I don't even remember how it was like, hey bro, do you want to be in this movie? But he, you know, moved to Georgia and he's going to film school, and you know, I think it just worked out to where it was like, yeah, you want to be in this movie, bro? And it was like, are you really making a movie? And I was like, yeah, sorta. And so yeah, I showed him like, you know, the stuff we'd made for Cruel, which I slapped together, and like I was like, yeah, it's kind of legit. Here's a poster and stuff, and here's the trailer. And so he was just like, yeah, dude, let's do it. And so he, Kate, and Vince all flew up, and it was super fun. I've just known those 3 in particular and Laura for a very long time now. And yeah, I think it just worked really smoothly with this crew. And we're doing another one next week. It's not a slasher, but we're doing Cruel Part 2, and it's going to be the same cast as ourselves. Minus a few of them, just because like, you know, scheduling and stuff, but like the core group from Cruel and Blood Gorge are in this one too, so it's kind of like the same vibe. I think it's just kind of neat to have the same people to work with, and then like add in a couple people every now and then. And when you're like, not that I'm a director or anything, but when you're directing a film, when you're directing something, I see now why some of my favorite directors and like producers and whoever utilize the skills of the same actors, and it's because they grow a relationship and a rapport with them. And it's just kind of the same way. It's like, even on a small scale, we're not actors, but like I think the connection between us would make more sense to just continue working with, as opposed to seeking out like actors or whatever. I'd just rather write my best friends into roles
Sure.
that are just ourselves than something else.
I've heard that a lot.
If any
Alan,
of that made
yeah, Alan is new to the show as a host. So this episode will air not this Monday, but the following Monday. And then on Monday, we're airing an episode where it's just kind of me, my existing co-host Matt, and then Alan, just kind of having a conversation about bringing him onto the platform and stuff. Um, but I only bring it up because Alan's an avid listener of the show prior to him coming on board, and he can attest for me when I say that in these interviews that we've had with film creators, that has always really been a good indication of success, which is when a director has a core cast of people that they're putting in different projects. We see that a lot with people like Scorsese, right? He does that all the time. And
like
then
my favorite director.
what's that?
He's like my favorite director too. Just like I was thinking of Scorsese when I had said that, but I mean, you could think about anyone else that does it, like
Tarantino does it.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Fincher, fucking, who the fuck else? I was just gonna say, who's the new guy who did, or not new, but I'll think of it, bro. But they're just any big director really has like a few people
Nolan.
that Nolan, yeah, of course, no, I should have said, um, Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But that's the thing I like about that is that you guys are so comfortable with each other, that you just vibe so well, and it bleeds into the movie. You can see how everybody meshes with each other, as opposed to like, I'm just gonna show up for this one day and record my lines, shoot the scene, and I'm gonna get out. And it seems mechanical, whereas with you
Yeah,
guys, it's very organic. So it's
organical.
organical. There you go. It's nice because I think it's the beginning of something that's going to be really great for you as a director, but for your core cast as well.
Dude, thank you. That means a lot. Like, thank you so much. Because I think that they're all a very special group of people, each individually and as a collective. Because for the first time, like my brother, Kate and Justin, they'd never met Ali, CJ, and Maddie, but now they're like all really good friends and we talk every now and then as a group or whatever. And when they come back up, it's not going to be weird at all. Like we all just clicked so fucking well. But I've known this group of the Michigan group of people and the Florida group of people for years, and like I just knew that it would be like the best crossover episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Crossover.
Best better than Simpsons meets Family Guy, I tell you.
Okay, I got to ask about a couple things that stuck out to me. First and foremost was the Return of the Living Dead stuff. A lot of obvious Easter eggs in there. Like when CJ was writing the stuff on the computer, it reminded me of the vision chart that's in the office in Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Um, yeah, then there's obviously you guys are watching Night of the Living Dead in the theater, the public domain. Everybody uses that thing. Partying in the graveyard, you know what I mean? Like just that was awesome. You mentioned that CJ had made the posters for the movie, was that right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a poster attached to the window of the video shop called "We Can't All Die."
Yeah.
Tried to look it up and it doesn't seem like it's a real movie, so I'm curious now. Was that like something, is that a little inside joke for you guys?
How about I think that was such a perfectly accidentally placed thing.
Ah,
It's actually in the store. Or it was. And I think that was the tagline for a movie.
yeah,
So
that makes sense.
I don't remember what movie, but it was just perfect in that one shot when he like, because it holds on that shot for like 5 seconds. So maybe
Right.
like 1 or 2 seconds longer than it probably should. but it almost looks like a foreshadowing to just. It's like, no, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the way I picked it up. So I was like,
Yeah,
maybe
I
somebody
think
looked
we
at this.
right. Yeah, I think we noticed it before we filmed it, and we were like, oh, that's perfect. But it just ended up being just perfect because it was just there, right under the open sign.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Okay.
no, you good eye,
Last
bro.
Thanks, dude. Last thing, um, you said earlier too that you were managing rappers, right? Was that right?
Oh no, I had filmed a few music videos for some rapper friends of ours, and so is Vince, and in Florida.
Got it.
Um,
I couldn't help but
but
notice the track in the car on the way back
yeah,
from the VHS store, from the movie
mm,
store.
yeah, that's our friend Drew. He's actually and the party scene. So that's our friend Ari, and then the song before is our friend Drew. And yeah, I filmed a video for their rap crew, and so did Vince. He's done a lot of videos for Drew, who goes by Mass Hollow, and Ari, who goes by Six Cardinal. And so I picked one of each of their songs because I was like, this would be sick, and they'll totally let us use it. And it was sick, and they totally let us use it.
Yes.
And and it worked so well. Like, and I was like, I told Ali, I was like, I really want you to rap to this song. Just don't do it well. Like, don't know the lyrics. Like, try to like get the gist of it. And he was just like, he like knew like 70% of the words to the chorus. And so when he was rapping it, I just thought it was so fucking funny. I think we only no, I lied. We filmed that scene like 4 or 5 times because like we just kept driving around the block trying to get him to like just nail it. And he did. It was just like a timing thing. He nailed it every time. We were just like, we had to end up at a certain point where the light would be like through the windows and like it didn't look like he was just completely shadowed in the darkness.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent. But
Oh,
like,
that's
yeah,
great.
that's Drew's track, Mass Hollow, 1991. And it's a really good song. And Vince did the music video for it. So if you want to YouTube it, it's great.
I already put it in the notes.
Yeah, it's cool, man. And it's kind of like it was one of Vince's first like really cinematic, like type of narrative sort of music videos, and it just looked really slick. And I was like, he showed me that a couple 2 years ago, and I was like, oh shit, we could make a movie, dude. If you can make it look like this, it's movie time, baby.
Nice.
And yeah, 2 years later, it was movie time, baby.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay, so speaking of movie time, sorry, Alan, were you gonna jump in?
Well, I was gonna say that I also noticed the other horror montage of things in there, like the basket taste shirt,
Oh, the basket
Mhm.
case. Yeah,
faces
yeah.
of faces of death sweatshirt. I was like, these are true horror fans. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We are, bro. That's the thing. We are. Like, I think people notice. I'm not trying to say people take notice of that, but like, I think it does shine through, like that we didn't make it because for anything other than like for people who like horror movies. Like, we made it because I knew there would be a group of people that would want to see it, and there are people that are like-minded like me that either like the Prowler and the Simpsons and just want the Prowler and the Simpsons crossover horror movie. And that's how I see it. I see it as the Prowler, literally as the Prowler meets like a Treehouse of Horror episode of The Simpsons.
Nice.
And so I knew there'd be people that would want to like. I was thinking about it the other day, like even bad horror movies like have cult followings, and I don't mean like bad as in like, oh, that's a good bad movie. I mean like bad as in like it's unwatchable. I find myself watching unwatchable movies all the time, and it's because I kind of like to see like that spark of inspiration or lack thereof. Like I really want to see what people do with nothing because some people can do a lot with nothing, and some people can do jack shit with everything. And it's kind of fun to see like that sliding scale of what someone did with a couple $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars, and how it got huge distribution or no distribution, or like like I'll go to the store and buy, like, have you ever picked up something from like when Dollar Tree was getting rid of like all their movies from like Walmart and shit? Dog,
oh
I
yeah,
got, yeah, bro, I still have so many floating around. And I watched, yo, I watched one. Let me just can I rant about a movie real quick?
That's why
Go
we're
ahead.
here.
I hope you do.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Thank you. Bro, bro, Rose, Peter Allen, Paul Allen. Sorry. I was like Peter Allen.
I'm getting my
Listen,
notes ready. I'm getting my notes ready.
please listen to me right now when I tell you Amityville, Mount Misery Road is the hottest piece of trash I've ever seen in my life, right? In my life, bro. Like go on the IMDb later, and it's unwatchable. But
Peter.
I have found myself watching it. I've seen it like 5 times now. Like it's so bad. And I think I watch it because it's kind of like a train wreck. And it makes me I feel like I'm closer to the guy that made it. Like I feel like I'm in his head, and it's a little psycho. And I can taste the psychosis when I watch this movie. Not because it's like crazy or sick or weird, but because it's literally him and I guess his girlfriend, and they made a found footage movie about where they're going to Mount Misery Road in New York from Florida. And it just sounds like something we did, right? But like it's the worst pile of shit. They filmed it on an iPhone, and
I
they
got it.
it's just harsh, bro. There's no real story, no like you gotta see it. It's unwatchable, dude. You guys should like get together and watch it, dude. It's like laughably
Watch
bad.
party. Yeah, we've been. It's an idea I've had in my head is to host some watch parties.
Yo,
Maybe
watch that one, but be like, and make it be like the worst horror movie of all time, Amityville, Mount Misery Road,
right up our
and
alley.
it's I don't, and I'm not trying to shit on these people that made it because like they made a movie and like it's
Better than the
more than a
movie
lot of
I made.
movies. You feel me? And that's
Yeah,
why no offense, but I mean like that's what it is. It's like you got to do whether or not you're any type of art you're making, you just gotta or you want to make, you should just do it. Like you don't really need money to make a sculpture, or not too much of it anyways. Like to paint a picture, like just do the thing that you want to do, right? And I wanted to make some bad movies, and so
I saw
uh, fun.
the clip you guys have posted on YouTube where you guys caught up with Lloyd Kaufman with Troma.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
a little bit about that.
the king of bad movies, right there.
What was that?
Oh,
I I call them the king of bad movies.
Oh, dude, and he is like, I really wanted this to be like a trauma movie, honestly. And then I was like, I don't know, I think we actually made a better movie than a trauma movie.
I would say so. Yeah.
yeah.
No offense, Lloyd. Not that he's watching this or anything. Um, Kate's known Lloyd for a little while, and like her and I, and would like, everyone knows him because like he does conventions all the time, right? And like he just does free signings all the time, but like he really gravitated towards Kate, and I would just be hanging out with her, and we just like, we became on a first name basis over the past like 8 years, and for that at that thing where we filmed that little clip with Lloyd, it was at Spooky Empire in Orlando. This is like the biggest Florida horror con,
Yep.
and Troma was there, and he's always there, and we always say hi, and we always like hang out for a little bit. But this time it was like Laura and Kate were both like the Tromettes, and I was Toxie, so I had to wear fucking the mask and the tutu, and it was
You,
fun because we
you
got into Spooky Empire for
had to.
free.
Hold on, you had
Yeah,
to, or you got
well,
to.
I got to, but I had to because we're also talking about like Florida in the summer, and I had this thing on all fucking day. Like, and it's like from my nips to like the up to here, and it's foam and it's heavy, and it's like I wore that thing all day, and for like 3 days. But it was cool because like he got to do or there was like a panel with Trauma, Lloyd Kaufman, and a few people that were putting out a new movie, and I got to be on stage with them. It was like 4 of us, so I got to be Toxic Avenger, and in front of all these people. So that was kind of fun. And then Lloyd, he even told me, he's like, you were one of the best Toxies we've ever had. And I was like, oh, let me do it again. And then I was like, nah, never mind. It was just like a lot of, just a lot of waving around a mop, but it
Wow.
was really fun. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, Lloyd, you gotta film, like I did this silly thing. You gotta do this silly thing. And he was like, oh, I would have just done it anyways. And so he just did it. And we put his quote. I'm gonna grab the tape now, actually. Hold up. Coming. So like on the Cruel VHS I made,
Hey,
right? It's kind of sick. There's
I
yeah.
pictures of
love
it
it.
on the right. Thank you. I even put like labels on this thing. I had to get them.
Yes.
I know, right? It kind of came out. I mean, I didn't make them, but I mean, this is all CJ's artwork. But anyways, at this top line, it says, "Don't be a fool, watch Cruel," and that's because Lloyd Kaufman said. And then underneath it, it says Lloyd Kaufman, president of Film Entertainment. So, uh, but he said that in that video, so I was like, I don't care if it's not like written down somewhere. He said it, and so I'm gonna throw it on the box. You know,
The, the point is that you know it, right? And then I think that's
right?
also kind of true with anybody who is creating content or, even if nobody sees it, you made a great thing. And I think there's value in that.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, man.
Really, really, I appreciate that. I think it's cool, and I know that the other 7 people that worked on it collectively with us think it's cool. And so that makes me so happy, because
Yeah.
like these people that I got to do it with, they're like my favorite people. And so for them to be like, yeah, let's all fucking do it and like hang out at the haunted house and like the video store and just shoot this movie. And I was like, it was like the best like 4 days of my life, dude. It was like a good time. Like I
Nice.
highly recommend making a movie.
I tried my hand at it, and it's something that we are kind of working on at the moment. I actually have some work to do this weekend
Do
around.
it.
Yeah, we're making it. I think it'll be a short, but it's my brother's idea. He's kind of the unofficial Mutant City Horror DP, cinematographer, camera guy, idea dude. Shout out Raymond, whose handle on Instagram is at 245 trioxin. So there you go. Um,
Sick.
but we were all at my parents' house one night or one day in the summer a couple years ago, and me and my brothers, there's 4 of us total. We're drinking, and one of my brothers has 2 kids, and the kids are there, and they're everyone's having a good time, and we're drinking, and my brother Raymond's like, dude, we really need to shoot something because we have been saying for years we need to shoot something. So we had enough beers in us where I was like, I mean, I brought my GoPro, so like, let's do something. And we shot a little short with the kids, and a little. It all kind of revolved around them in the house, and there's a killer in the house, and I don't know. It's all of like 4 minutes. I'll send you the link if you want to see it.
Yeah, no, I want to see it for sure. Like
And
that's
yeah, it's
sounds
on our
awesome.
YouTube channel. It's called "All I Wanted Was a Coke." Um, but we had
Is
a
that a suicidal tendencies reference?
Oh yeah, almost. Yes. Yeah. We're just not Pepsi people, so there you go. But no, we had a fucking blast, dude. It was so fun. And I can see where like they're like tattoos. You get one and then you just end up getting a whole bunch because you fucking love it. So you make one movie and you probably want to make.
No, and that's what it was when we did Cruel. It was like we got to figure out another way to get everyone together and do it. And then after we finished wrapping Blood Gorge, I was like, okay, so when are you guys free again? Just to like it wasn't even edited by the time I was like thinking about what we could do next. But the idea we came up with, or my brother and I came up with, was like make another zero budget film, which is this. I mean, a few people have donated money, and so I really appreciate it. It's a couple like we got to raised a couple $100, which is really beneficial, and we're gonna thank everybody and in the credits of this one. But yeah, I mean both Cruel and Blood Gorge were made with like a total of $600 or $700, and then this next one is probably gonna be like $300, $400, and it's just because like what makes it look any more decent than it should is Vince's hard work. I think it's just the group of people honestly like hates hard work
Yeah.
Laura Ali's, CJ's hard work. You know, it's like everyone's so good at their fucking thing though, dude. Because Vince is a music producer and he's an editor, and Kate's a crazy special effects artist. It's just like I got lucky knowing people that do this type of thing because like CJ did all our poster artwork. It's like it was just like kismet, dude. Like I don't know how else to explain it. And again, not that Cruel or Blood Gorge or like anything that are like, you know, worth writing home about, but it's like it's just weird how the stars fucking aligned, if that makes any sense.
100%.
It's
Absolutely.
it's so bizarre, dude. Like I really don't know how I got to like make friends with this guy that runs a video store and like was like, yeah, come film here, you know, and I don't it was just it made sense, bro. And so I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way we're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
And that's yeah.
You have to seize the moment, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
You have to recognize that the stars have aligned and then you have to take action. Because I think sometimes all those pieces are there and some people are either blind to it or they just choose not to take any action and missed opportunities. And it sucks for everybody involved because then you feel like you didn't really do anything with stuff that you could have done. And then we get shorted because you probably would have made something really fucking awesome and now we'll never know. So
Dude, that's why you should just do it. Like honestly, like everyone should just like take a whack at whatever they want to do. Because like it just it sounds like some shitty like self-help guru nonsense. But it really is just that. It's like if you want to do something, you should just fucking do it. If you want to write a book, do it. If you want to start a band, do it. If you wanted to like any one of those things. And it's like we could all like come up with excuses as to like why we shouldn't do things or like have fun. I got work and I got bills and it's like, yeah, I do too, motherfucker. And like we all do, but there's like no real reason to not like do the thing you want to do. It's just realizing what it is that you want to do, I think.
well,
It's like
especially for you guys, because you guys, I mean, you call yourselves old, but in comparison to Alan and I, you are very young. And
oh really? How old
yeah,
are you guys?
we're a
Holy
little bit
shit.
older. I'm 43,
Oh, I
I'm a little
never would have
north of
guessed.
that.
You're north of 43, bro? Wow.
but we're,
I
you know,
gotta go.
I know. Right? But Alan and I both married, both, you know, leaders at work. We are, you're both the parents of multiple children. Like to even carve out time to do this, it becomes difficult, right? I mean, even in the
Absolutely.
beginning of this thing, I was telling you there's construction going on in my house that I should be helping with. But I have to find some time to carve out for myself to do the thing that I want and have grown to love to do. Otherwise, I'm gonna miss my opportunity. And
Yeah,
then I
for
don't get
sure.
a chance to talk to people like you know?
Absolutely. And that wasn't like me saying like, oh, everyone's adversities are like the same because I know they're not. Or like not adversities, but their situations. Like I understand that everyone lives different lives, totally. But seeing seeing just seeing people's work over the years, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can still produce something sick. And even if you have a lot going on, it's just about time management. And I'm not telling you how to live, but like I know anyone can set aside, and hopefully this is true for you, that you can set aside some days in the near future, even if you got a plan way far ahead of time, you know, in time. Like I'm going to set aside 6 months from now, 8 months, a year from now, these 5 days, 10 days, whatever it has to be. And again, I don't, anyone's situation really. I just hope everyone can afford that amount, that minuscule amount of time to doing the thing that they want to do. It's
That-
not like it wouldn't be, not that it would be the easiest thing. It's just that sounds so stupid. It's seizing the moment. You know, it's just like actually just doing it, you know?
yeah, I get you.
Well
Okay.
And
said.
that wasn't supposed, no, I don't know if it was, bro. So forgive
It was
me.
enough
But
said. I'm inspired. I want to like get fired up and take set aside.
do it, man, just do it. All you got to do is do
Have
it,
that
dude.
conversation with my wife after this. She's gonna be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I'm a director now, babe.
Yeah, I know. We're making a
Nice
movie.
knowing you.
That's right."
So, what's the plan then with Blood Gorge as far as distribution goes? Because in my opinion, what I've learned over time, talking with different indie filmmakers, directors, producers, I get the vibe that sometimes distribution is where a movie can go to die. It can get caught up and at least be in limbo for a really long time. And some people want to just kind of self-publish if they can do that. Some people just don't do anything with it, and we never see it. So I would hate for the world to not experience Blood Gorge. So I'm curious to know, like, what is the intent with it moving forward?
Well, thank you so much. That's so silly of you. But I do think it's for a group of horror people, though. You know what I mean? Like if people like a specific type of horror, or just horror in general, or not to piggyback off the new wave of like like the Terrifier thing or whatever. But if you're like vaguely, remotely interested in any of that sort of gory horror type of thing, I feel like there's a crowd for Blood Gorge, right? And I think we're putting it out on YouTube for free, right? So we were thinking about like where can we stream it or who can we talk to, and I sent it to a whole bunch of people, and some people said, "Hey, we're really interested in this, but it's too short." And so I was like a little discouraged by that because we were trying to make it an hour long. Cruel is an hour long. This was supposed to be an hour long, but we only had 4 days to shoot it. Um, so we just kind of ran into a couple snags with who was going to put it out. But an American company called Toxic Filth, who puts out like gore and sci-fi and slasher movies and gross movies, is putting out 100 copies on DVD
Oh shit.
next month. Yeah. Um, it's a small thing, but it's pretty cool. Like he's been doing it for years, and I have like some of his movies in my collection behind me, so it's kind of cool to just like be like, because he reached out to us, and I was like, no one else, none of these big people are like really fucking with this because it's too short. Like, um, one company is called ITN, and I emailed them, and they were like, "Oh, this is pretty awesome, and pacing is great," and they really liked it, but they were like, "Can you add 20 minutes to it?" So I was on the phone with Vince about like, "Hey, bro, I know the movie's done, but like, can we add 20 minutes somehow? Can we find a way?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like you're
I
drunk.
just want."
Oh.
I wasn't at the time, but and then we had this
Slice in a
other
couple
idea.
music videos, you know?
Yeah, yeah, just like the party scene. Like we'll just
Yeah.
like make it 10 times longer, bro.
You know what? Here's an idea because
Please.
we just so we went to a screening of Maniac with a
Sick.
with a Q&A directly after with William Lustig, the director, in a video rental store in Burbank, which probably means nothing to you, but Alan will get the vibe. It's right across from Porto's. This place is fucking small. It's probably like the size of my bedroom. And afterwards, we were, everybody was asking questions or good conversation about the movie. There is a scene in Maniac where he shows up to the photographer's house and she's shooting these models. And
Mm,
there's this weird fucking music that's playing in the background. And our other co-host, Matt, didn't really like that scene because he felt like it went on for too long. But it turns out there's a method to the madness. Lustig was saying that they were running out of money for the film. So this band who was trying to get out onto the scene, their manager had approached the production company and was like, "Hey, we will give you guys more money if you incorporate this song into the movie." So that whole scene is a little bit longer than it should be, and that music plays loud because they were kind of financially obligated to play it as a means of
yeah,
having additional funds to finish the project. So um, that
I
can
love it. Like
always be a thing. You just make sure it's, the thing that you like because I know for some people that can feel like selling out or whatever, but honestly, if it gets you over the hump and it allows you to do the thing that you wanted to do and you can do it where it doesn't
that.
damage the product so much, I feel like
Yeah.
there's a good way of doing it. Yeah.
No, there's definitely it's a fine line to be tread, honestly, because like I'm no fucking sellout, bro. I'm no shill, right? But like all my friends, I just got, again, that's another thing with the music. I just got lucky with having very talented fucking friends. It's not even like I didn't have to go very far, like the end credits to our to the song to it is like one of my favorite bands. They're a Florida band, and they broke up years ago, but they were called Buffalo Buffalo, and the song fit so well. And in my head, I saw it before we even edited it. I was like, this is gonna be perfect. Um, all the rap songs. There's a punk band called Dear Darkness that's from Detroit up here, and I just hit them up. I was like, in my head when I heard the song the first time, I was like, this is gonna be like the perfect opening scene. Like as soon as like she gets her head yanked back, a la the Prowler, I was like, it's gonna slap so hard. I knew it would, and they were like, yeah, go for it. And I was like,
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, it just worked out. I don't even know. Like the soundtrack is bumping, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like the 5 or 6 songs that are on there are just like they go
And
in.
I appreciated the credit at the end that listed them all. I screen grabbed that so I can kind of look into it. Plus, I'm making notes here. I got Poison the Well, Mass Hollow, Buffalo Buffalo, and Dear Darkness.
Yeah, Buffalo Buffalo's like EPs and records are on Bandcamp, dude.
Okay.
They're nowhere else, but like, oh my God, dude, those are my favorite records. Like I could listen to those shits back and back to back to back,
Nice.
and they're just so good. They kind of got like a Weezery vibe with like a just a '90s like bouncy like indie garage emo rock like post hardcore thing. I don't even know what they do. I don't even know what to call it, but like it's so good, dude. It's
Nice.
just such a good band, and I miss them.
We just interviewed another director he's got a movie out on Tubi called Evil Lurks, and then he's got another one in production right now called Vic Effect. So you might see that on Instagram kind of here and there. But he's also in a band. His name is Chris Shern, so shout out Chris Shern. He's in a
Word.
band called Invisible Cartoons, and they've got an album and an EP, and like both of those things are fucking awesome. They call it Smile Rock because it's just like real upbeat, like happy, fun, go lucky overtones, but like
Mhm.
the music is rock music, like it fucking hits. So it's great. You should check it out.
I should honestly, because like that name when you first said it, I was like, oh, that's corny. And then it took 2 seconds for me to be like, wait, that's kind of sick, dude. Invisible cartoons. I was like, it just sounded cheesy, but like the more I thought about it in these past 12 seconds, it's just it sounds really cool, dude. It sounds really cool. I instantly changed my mind about it. So I
Nice.
really got to check it out.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, that's sick.
Cool,
Good
cool,
job.
man. I know it's a little later on your side of the world, so anything you want to leave people with?
Um, yeah, I mean, Cruel will be streaming on Tubi soon. Um, I don't know when. I'll let you guys know on Instagram, I guess.
Nice.
Uh, but and then yeah, so Blood Gorge comes out on DVD next month via Toxic Filth and Uncut TV from Europe. And then we're going to stream it on YouTube. We're streaming it on YouTube for free in either late April or early May. We're probably going to do Friday, May 3rd, but it might be earlier if we feel like just being like, here you go. We're going to put it out. And then we're doing our own copies of VHS and DVD too, like from us, like in particular. So there's going to be like 400 or 500 copies of it out there, like minimum. And
Nice.
then, yeah, I think it's cool. And then same thing with Cruel. We're doing DVD and VHS from just us because nobody wanted to put it out physically, but Terror Films is putting it out. They're streaming it. And then yeah, we film Cruel 2 next week. And then also it's not like set in stone yet, but there's a movie coming out or being filmed next month called Amityville AI that Laura and I might be starring in. So it's being directed by Matt Jaisley. Shout out Matt. He directed Necrophiles from the 90s, if you've ever
Hmm.
heard of it. He's
Doesn't sound
directed a ooh, it's real weird. It's sick. It's like a yeah, write that one down.
going on the
It's like
list.
a yeah, it's a good cult horror movie, like low budget, gross zombie crossover movie. But he's been doing shit since then for years and years. So he's doing that. And so we'll probably be in that. Um and then after Cruel 2, man, I'm really hoping we can scrounge up a couple bucks and do like a I don't want to say real budget, but like we're looking for 5 grand, I think, down the line. And so that'll probably come from us after selling DVDs of our first no budget movies and then try to scrounge up 5 Gs to do like I got a few ideas, I think, but I really don't know. We haven't picked one yet. It's kind of like the thing is like let's see how this goes, you know? But hopefully by summer or like fall of this coming year, we can be filming something with like a decent budget.
A lot of
And
indie
that's it.
filmmakers go crowdfunding for the stuff they need. We'll probably go crowdfunding for our little project.
Yeah.
Has it crossed your mind at all?
No, it has. And like we did, like I said the other day, like I made a post about it and people were just like, yeah, I'll buy movies from you, or like, here's some money. And one person, I want to thank her real quick, Samantha, donated way too much money. And so thank you, Samantha. And it's just it's been really cool that people wanted to help, and in just like 2 days. So I think with a crowdfunding thing that maybe people would want to help out, or like buy a DVD ahead of time or something. But I don't know. I always feel weird like just taking people's money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
You're-
but 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 it's cool because people want to help, and that's why I even brought it up, because some people, like literally like two or three people, were just like, hey, how do I'd like to just help with the next one. And I was like, well, maybe I talked to Vince about it. I was like, maybe if we put their names in the credits and it's like a smallish amount of money, maybe people will want to. And then a handful of people did want to. And it meant a lot to me.
Yeah, that's all.
So yeah, it was awesome. Sorry for ranting, bro. I feel like I'm just going
Ah,
off on like,
no, dude, hey, that's what we're here for.
That's
That's
what we do.
what we give the platform for. So
we were
yeah,
good. All right.
a lot of people will offer like thanks, special thanks for end credits for like
Yeah.
$25 on Indiegogo or whatever, and then you get, DVD sales up front, or have a
Yeah.
remote role. Like there's one that we're following right now, the Haunted House of Pancakes, and one of their perks was they were gonna have a wall of like missing people, and so for like X amount of dollars, you could have your picture up as one of the missing persons on the wall. So you find like different intricate ways to get people involved in the project, but not just involved. You get them included as well without
Yeah.
having to go too far out of your way to make accommodations.
Yeah.
So
No, that's the fine line that needs to be tread, because honestly, I think that's really cool. And I donated to something like 10 years ago, when I feel like I don't even know if it was Indiegogo or what's the other one, a
uh,
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and had my name, and cheat you not, I don't even remember what it was, but like it was like $20 and just to get your name in a list of people, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, and I thought that was really cool, and I thought, maybe other people want to, do the same thing, and so that's what we did. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some more fun things, I guess, that people might want to contribute for, or so that way it's like more inclusive, and it's not just give me your money, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
because that's what it is. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to include more people, but I want to. It's the problem.
Um,
We'll figure it.
yeah, you'll get there. You'll find a way. I mean, things they turn out, they happen for a reason, even if it's for something to not happen or not go the right way, it's always for a particular reason, right? You'll
Yeah,
get down the road and you'll realize it's a good thing that thing never happened or came to fruition, because if it did, maybe we wouldn't be in the position we're in now or
yeah.
whatever.
No,
Only
that's.
time,
I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say only time will tell.
Yeah. And that's kind of what it is with the next thing we're shooting. Like we had to just write a completely different story, and we're filming next week, and I haven't even finished writing it, honestly, because it just changed up on us. Like I did the first Cruel on the fly, and then the idea was going to be, this is going to be like very similar, but it was just, we had a storyline and another whole like setup, and the ghost arc was perfect, and then one of our cast had to bail out, and it was fine because it was like um a real thing, a real valid reason, but it shook the entire foundation of what this project was going to be. And so I was like, okay, Vince and I have been talking every day for the past week, like, what are we going to do, what's the new story? And I'm still finishing this motherfucking story that we're shooting literally in 6 days, but that's how we did everything else. Yo, when everybody came up here for Blood Gorge, they didn't even know what they'd be saying or where we'd be
Right.
at. They had no idea. And then, we had just a pizza party, and I was like, this is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna shoot this day and this day and this day and this day, and like you're gonna say this. It's gonna be hilarious, and that was it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how we have been operating. So I think it'll be for a reason, like you said. One way, for better or worse, it'll be for a reason.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, before I let you go, I gotta ask, how do I get my hands on a Blood Gorge poster? Because the construction that's happening here in the house, part of it is for me to redo my office and turn it into an actual studio. There's a bunch of horror memorabilia going up, and I would love to get that fucking poster up on my wall.
Like one of these bad boys.
Yes.
See, I don't know if the poster is gonna be this, honestly. Like there's when you see the artwork for the posters that we're doing though, it's gonna blow your ass away, dude.
Okay.
Like, I mean, this is sick. CJ did this, and it's gonna be our DVD cover. But the poster is gonna be from the European DVD release, and it's by an artist who Martin Trafford. His artwork is nuts. But like when I post it in the next couple days, you're gonna be like, holy shit! Like I really want that poster. So when we do our DVD drop, I think we'll do like 20 or 25 bucks shipped for like a DVD and a signed poster or something. And
Okay.
so
Yeah,
probably.
if the core cast is coming back together, I'd love to get as many people on that thing so I could
Oh yeah.
right on the wall. So every time we do these interviews, fucking you'll just see it right in the back, Blood Gorge.
Oh, please, that would be so
man.
sick. In fact, I don't even know if the poster is gonna have the name Blood Gorge on it, but it's gonna be hopefully recognizable. It's got the killer mask and everything, and yeah, I'll post it in a few days. You'll see it. I can't wait to drop it.
My eyes open. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, Rudy, you got anything?
Nah, that was fun. It was a great watch. I really enjoyed it. Genuinely. Like,
Yeah,
can't wait to
thanks.
see what you guys do next.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for like letting me vent about about horror movies, because like that's all I like to do is talk about spooky shit. So
That's what
Well,
we're here for.
Yeah, exactly. You should check us out. We got a backlog of stuff. We got some really deep cuts in
Yeah.
there. Like Things is not on our Spotify, but it was in our YouTube days. And Day of the Reaper. I mean, you want to talk about movies made on a budget? I think it was made for like $100.
Day of the Reaper oh wait, no. I'm thinking of Day of Judgment, I think. Day of the Reaper. I think so. Hang on. Let me see.
Day of the Reaper was shot in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, yeah, that's not Tim Ritter, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I believe it totally is. Yeah.
It is. And I was thinking of this movie, Day of Judgment. Yeah. But yeah, no, I've seen Day of the Reaper. That one's pretty wild. This movie not very wild at all. Don't watch it, but it's all right.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, Tim Ritter's the shit, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I fucking
If
loved
you've
it.
never seen, have you seen Killing Spree? Last thing.
No.
Oh, watch Killing Spree, dude.
Going on the list.
Put it at the top of the list, because if you want a good bad movie, Killing Spree by Tim Ritter, so hard. Yeah,
Got it.
for sure.
Will do. All right, brother. Best of luck, man. Hey, thank you for coming on. Thanks for spending some time with us. Keep tagging us in your posts.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that we can keep promoting all of that shit. And then once it's out for the public, we'll probably snag clips from YouTube and post that shit. And I mean, like I said, we want to get the word out there. So I want to talk to as many people about it as I can. I want to be able to share thoughts on it, and that only comes when people can actually see it. So
Thanks,
can't
dude.
wait.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, sounds great, man.
Cool, man. Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you, Paul Allen. I
Yeah.
can't see you, Allen, but like, pleasure, dude.
Right on, Victor. It was good.
All right, man.
Yeah, have a good night, dude.
You cut you off.
See you later.